Hola, hi guys. This is Roberta. That's Robert with an HA, and welcome to my channel. And today we'll be starting a series for kids Valentine's Day gifts. So those of you who have maybe students or your own children, your nieces, your nephews, and you want to give them something for Valentine, this here is the series for you. Today we'll be making candy dome cups or candy cups, it's called. And in order to do that, you will need these clear cups. This size here is a 16 ounce, which is ideal. You don't want to go smaller because you won't be able to put as many stuff in it. And if you go larger, that means you'll have to put too much stuff in it. For those of you who may want to sell it, profit is everything right here. This here is your dome lid. It has a hole right here in the center. And we're going to need that in order to fasten our balloons. And when we're done, it will look like this. This is the balloon here that goes in through the hole to enable for us to put this topper here on. And this is how your candy cup will look when you're done. Pretty much different design, but the style, the technique would be the same thing. For those of you who may be asking, the brand that I am using for the cups, as well as the lid, is the Victoria Bay, and it's VBCC16, 16 ounce clear. You can find these online. It may not necessarily be that brand, but no, it's the 16 ounce cups with the dome center hole to fit. Now let's get started. For those of you, to start it off, I just always don't like my base to be empty. So you can use anything to fill it in terms of, you can use the grass or you can use shred paper, whatever you choose. You can use the Christmas tinsels, whatever you have left around, just put something in there to cover the base of your cup. Now, there are two types that I generally do. I do mostly with snacks, but then there are persons who may want a toy in it. So in this one, we're going to be using a bubble that we will place along with our snacks. We'll be placing an Oreo, one in the front. But actually, before we do the Oreo, for this one, we're going to do our base. This is an airhead and it can curve. So we're just going to fit this right in here. And we're going to place that at the bottom. And then we have a smaller size. If you have two of the same size, then feel free. I just happen to have a large one and a small one. So this is how you should look. And you should be able to read what your candy is from the outside. You can see airhead, airhead. Next, we're going to place our cookie. Like I said, once again, make sure the labeling is pointed where you can clearly read it. Now we're going to place this bubble right in the middle here to hold up this design. Should I put the bubble in first? And then we're going to place this here. We're going to use a fun size candy to cover that side. Now we're going to pull this up a little bit. Okay. And now for this other side here that's vacant, we're going to stick what is this? A warhead right there to fill up that space for us. And this is pretty much how you're looking. Now, this is the inside of it. So we're just going to stick some dum-dums in here just to fill up the space and to give the child something extra. Has to go down. Okay. This is a little extra, so the rest that right there on top. So now that we have done that, it's time for us to start working on our toppers. So for this, I'll show you two methods. One, where we'll be using the 260 balloons, which is twister, they make balloon animals with this. And then the other version, you just, for those of you who may not know how to twist this to look like this here, we'll use just the 5-inch round balloons that you can just blow. So we're going to take a pump. You're going to get all of these items pretty much in the Dollar Tree. Now with this, there is no exact amount that I can tell you that you will need, because based on what candies you put in and how well you pack it will determine how big you blow this. But the best way to guess it is to hold it, and you're going to pull this through the top. So this is what you should have. Now what are you going to do? You're going to rest this right here and slowly let out your air. We want to let out sufficient air. We don't want the balloon too small. We just want it to be able for us to close our lid. So right about here, I am able to close this. So now I'm just going to tie this off into a knot. Just like that. So this is what I will use to attach the other portions. Now for this method, we are going to use the 260. So I'm going to blow this up. And as you can see, I have a good amount because as I twist this, the air is going to press down. And we're just going to make, use 4 fingers. Then, and you're going to take this nozzle and you're going to grip it right here. Twist. You're going to pull it through, and that locks it. We're going to measure the same thing. 4 fingers, then twist right in there at me. That's 2. Squeeze as you go, bend, twist. That's 3. Bend, twist. That's 4. I was hoping to get 5. I didn't. I could try. So we're just going to take this piece here. This may be a little bit shorter than the rest. We're just going to wrap that around right there. And lock that into place. So this is what you should have when you're done. Now, for this one, we're going to use a foil balloon. You can get these pre-blown at the Dollar Tree, or you can purchase it yourself and blow it up. I wouldn't recommend that unless you are someone who's familiar with these, because you're going to need a heat sealer for this size balloon. So it's cheaper to just spend your dollar at the $1.25 at the Dollar Tree and get your pre-blown balloon on the stick, and you can just simply take it off the stick. We're just taking the tail and we're wrapping that around the center of this balloon petal or flower. It looks like a flower. Normally it's what you would use to make a balloon flower. And this is what you should have. Now we're going to take this and the same piece here. We're going to wrap this around this to lock this in. Now, just straighten these out. And bam, there you have it, your candy cup. So that's one method, using the 260 as your base here. Now let me show you the second method.